Alright everybody, welcome back to another Raid World War II video. Today we're going to be lagging here. Not really. Anyways, what the heck?
Old-time firearms sure were reliable. Trouble with modern weapons is they rush them into the field.
Oh, these actually might be... Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't even realize that. Anyways, I wanted to basically talk about the game, give my thoughts, like a review basically, but more in depth, I think. So, yeah, let's first of all, I should probably do that at the end if I can find my phone. That's right there. Anyways, so when you launch the game, and we'll talk about pricing and everything at the end, but once you install the game, it's like a 7.5 gigabit download. Once you install the game, you have many options to go through, which we will go through here. You won't be greeted to this menu. You'll be greeted to a different menu, but here, actually, let me just show you what that menu looks like. So I have the special edition, so you might not see that. Anyways, so you can play online. So basically, it just allows you to play with your friends, play offline, basically play by yourself, tutorial, options, and credits. Now, if you go into options here, we got some controls. We got some keybind edits here. I've been having some weird issues with my mouse, so it's kind of made it harder to play. Have many different options here. You have edit keybinds, as you can see here, lots of them. You have in-vehicle stuff, and you know, just a bunch of stuff. And now, let's see. So you have video options too, which I'm running at a 1280 by 720, 60 hertz refresh rate, which isn't technically true for this monitor, but we're on full screen, subtitles, a bunch of options, advanced options here. These are just my settings that I have just to make it so I can somewhat able to record it better. You know, pretty good options. You got some sound options in here. You got network options, which I don't really know what the heck they really do, but you also have a clear progress thing, which I will not click on because obvious reasons. And you also have default options if you want to reset it. So now we'll go back out of here. We're going to be going into offline because I have no one to play with. Now, the loading times might take a while for you. When you're first starting up the game. Also, if you're starting up the game, you'll be greeted to the tutorial, which is an alright tutorial. At least they came with a tutorial instead of Payday, which just kind of jumped you right in. So yeah, this is the camp. Drop 47 frames there. Oops. Anyways, so you'll be greeted to the camp where you go down here. There's like some items around here and such. And you'll be greeted to this room. This is pretty much your main hub. You invite your friends over. You guys can mess around. And what they wanted to do was what a lot of players from Payday 2 wanted, which was the safe house to be more... How should I put this? More useful. More towards the game and the core concept. But I'm guessing since they already have a menu and everything, it just wouldn't make any sense to already just change it. So, yeah. Anyways, pretty much everything that you would see in Payday 2 in terms of menus is now in this hub. So, for instance, you can see my HUD here. You can see my level, 12, what character I'm playing, what the AI characters are, my ammo, select mission. Very simplistic HUD, and I very much like that. I'm very interested to see what HUD choices a lot of players, a lot of modders come up with. So anyways, we have missions here. So now you have basically 3 different types of missions. You have, for instance, say like Odin's Fall, where it's an official one that they have, which I don't know how to turn off the audio. You just have to let her keep on talking. Anyways, for instance, you have Odin's Fall, which is basically a raid that you go in, you do the objective, and then you go out, right? You follow the instructions that you're given. Pretty simple stuff. Now, I'm pretty sure at the basic you'll only have maybe about 4 to 5 raids, and you have to unlock them through playing the game for about, I think, an hour or something is what it was. About an hour. So once you do that, you'll be greeted to 3 different booklets. For instance, it's basically which raid you want to pick next. Once you pick that raid, John Cleese will it will cut into a John Cleese scene, and he'll be like, "Oh, you know, Mrs. White wants you to go get a body. Go talk to her about it, right?" And they'll give you the raid. Now, operations are a bit different. How they work is they're an overbranching raid, basically. For instance, Clear Skies, which is the only one that I've been playing, I'm playing it on normal, is just basically infiltrating and trying to screw over the Nazis and all that. And it goes up to basically 6 different raids. And there are the collective dog tags. I haven't found any loot, but there's just dog tags, so that's cool. It will show you what, you know, last played with, the team and everything, that being me. And you can set up a new slot here. Also, when you start a Operation, John Cleese will enter, you know, basically it'll turn into a John Cleese scene, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, you want to do operations now? Well, Mrs. White will tell you." And we'll probably go into that later. Now, the most interesting one out of all of them is probably the Outlaw Raid. The Outlaw Raids are basically Payday 2. And for instance, this is very military shooter, which is raids and operations. But Outlaw Raids are more set on the basis of, oh, you're doing this on the side and no one's going to question you for it because you're doing this job and, you know, no one's going to question you. There are many different types of Outlaw Raids, apparently. The only ones that I've seen are basically an art gallery that looks very familiar to Jewelry Store. And, what's the other one? This one right here, this Forest Convoy, which is just basically you find gold bars, you put them in, and then you escape, which didn't end so well, but oh well. But we'll probably go do the operation a bit. I might make a new one just to show you the open world aspect of the game, kind of. Anyways, then you'll be over here to characters, which are basically more set as profiles. This is my main one that I've been using that is at a level 12. You can customize your character from upper to lower. For instance, say if I want to customize him with the special edition jacket, I can do that. If I want to customize him with the regular Wolfgang pants, I can do that. And if you pre-order the game, you will get the Highland Stalker jacket, which, I mean, basically just looks like something that they would wear in Payday. But, you know, it looks nice. I quite like it, actually. Now, you have a variety of different clothes to unlock. You have to unlock them through mission rewards, basically being the best player can. So, say if I want to get this blue jacket, or this dress jacket, my bad, I have to basically go into a multiplayer game and win everything, basically. Be the best player. You also could get them from just normal drops, maybe if it's by yourself and you found all the dog tags, or, you know, whatever. There's also like these blue pants that I really want, but, you know. Anyways, there's also a purchasable jacket, that being the USAF flight jacket, which you could purchase with basically what you get if you pre-order the game and also join the community. So, I mean, that's up to you. But yeah, we have different ones. This is my stealth with, you know, Sterling, my assault, my insurgent and everything. No, you have only 4 characters and 4 classes to choose from at the moment. We don't know if there's going to be any more raiders or more classes, but these are the default ones for now. The recon is more of a sniper type of character, as you can tell from sniper. Assault is more of the assault rifle and, you know, hard-hitting type of guy. Insurgent's more of the guy that's like doing objectives and kind of like, how would I say this? I don't know if they're stealth or not, like stealth raiders. Like, you can pretty much just stealth with any class, but I'm not totally sure if Surgeon is the best one for that. And then Demolition's just like basically the technician of the group, which is kind of like the last one you would pick, I think. And you also have the 4 characters to choose from. That being British, which is Sterling, American, which is Rivet, Kurgan, which is Russian, and the German character, which is Wolfgang. Now, we'll probably go into these a bit later when I explain a few things, but for now we're just going to stick with Wolfgang because it makes a bunch of Queen references that I like. Now, you have weapons, which there are not many weapons at the moment. There is a poll going on right now where you can either get a pistol, a shotgun, and a LMG. I would much prefer the shotgun because there's only one shotgun, and Demolition is a class that is based on shotguns, so, you know, would be nice. Other than that, the basics, ones you get when you are Demolition is you get a bar heavy rifle, a M12 shotgun, and once you level up your character, I think up to either 2 or 5, you get the M1 carbine. Now, there are many other weapons, say like the M1 rifle. You don't get this one because this is a pre-order exclusive. The STG-44, the MG-42, and then there are many other different types of weapons that Demolitions can't use, such as the MP38, which is only used for everyone else, basically. The Mosin Nagant is only used for snipers, also the Springfield. The Sten MK2 is only used for everyone else, and pretty much every other submachine gun. So, I mean, I would love to use the Thompson at some point, so that's personally for me. Now, when you unlock these, say, for instance, the M1 rifle is up to 15, then you have ridiculous ones which are 38 and then 40, which is a bit odd for a game, but what they plan on doing is basically making you play more and more. So, and what I mean by that is the customization in this one is very interesting, I would say. Basically, what happens is the more you play the game, it will give you side things to do, which is, say, for instance, decrease spread tier 1, perform 50 headshots with the M12 shotgun. Now, there are different tiers, such as 15 to 25 to 35. Those are all different tiers that you can upgrade your gun to get better and better. For instance, say, like, the tier 2 damage is at a 90, so I would have a 290, and then adding more, eventually ending up in about, say, 340 damage, which is very useful. But I would say that it would only be useful, maybe, these are just kind of like my first thoughts, like, of playing the game because I haven't gotten full level. I wouldn't think that more damage later on would be too useful on higher difficulties, but I'm not entirely sure, so. Now, one of the interesting parts is that they've made the enemies less spongy, in my honest opinion, unlike Payday does, where normal Germans and everything would take usually maybe about 2 to 3 shots with a shotgun. So, depending on what rifle you use, you really want some damage in it. Now, we also have the bar rifle, which I'm currently working on. Now, I don't know if they plan on adding more upgrades as the game goes on, but yeah. Now, for secondaries, we only have 3 options, which are all accessible to everyone, which is honestly pretty good. You start off with the C96 Monsieur. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. Basically the Han Solo gun. And it's basically the starter pistol, and nobody likes it, really. Now there are 2 other pistols, being basically a 44 Magnum, like a 38, very small but interesting. And then you have the M1911, standard pistol, makes sense to have it in World War II, and very interested in playing this. But as you can see, you unlock the revolver at 18, and then unlock the M1911 at 30. Now, honestly, I would set the revolver maybe the highest because it has a higher damage and would, you know, be interesting dynamic, but that's just how they have unlocked. Now, there's also melees. Melees are, how do I put this? Basically Payday 2 melees, and they're just for decoration, really. For instance, I have the M9 combat knife, which is the standard knife. The Admiral's dagger, which I really like because it's shiny. The marching mace, which is very pokey. And then one of the ones that I've unlocked, which is the Lockwood Brothers push dagger, which I like the animation where he flips it around a bit. That's my favorite. Now, there are other ones that you can get, but you can only get them through mission rewards. Now, there really isn't a point in setting your goal for these. The more goal is to get gold and, I guess, customization for your character. Melee weapons only suit the purpose of using in stealth because there are no silencers in this game for weapons. So they want you to be more up close and personal with melee weapons, putting the melee weapons in a somewhat useful state, only for stealth though. So that's interesting. Now we also have this one, which I haven't actually gone into. This is basically your skill tree, which we'll go into in a bit. These are your options, and that's about it. Now, one thing I forgot to talk about, and that was with the outlaw raids. So, with Odin's Fall, you have a basic loot where you can get gold and everything, and we'll go into what gold does in a bit. But outlaw raids give you the option to get more gold that you can use for, say, let's just say, oh, hey, this is kind of interesting. I have a random box here and a bunch of gold around it because I, bought stuff. Well, what this does is you can now customize your camp. Basically adding a feature of customizational safe house from like Payday, but they actually did, release it on time. So you have many different things that you can do, say as the training table, a luxury toilet, so pre-order money all the way there. You also have a golden bomb, which seems a bit excessive, but that's just me. You have the special edition bomb, which I will probably keep there forever. You have some luxury character stuff, and just so on and so forth. Now, the only items that I've bought in are some good old paintings because they were cheap, and a nice looking rug because it was also cheap. Now, you can use your gold for this, which this is more of the fancy decorator character type, I would say, for those players. Now, the other thing that you can use for gold is, which we're going to get to the skill trees here. For, say, demolition here, if I say I didn't like, say, my entire skill tree, I might want to go in a different direction. I would retrain with gold. I would be basically spending 30 gold to retrain my whole skill tree. Now, a lot of players are upset about this because they're so used to the Payday route, which is just basically unspecking and then respecking to make it more suitable for customization and less of a hassle. Which I find Raid is more putting... I think Raid is what it's trying to do is say, you can have this, but you have to be a very good raider in order to even do this. And plus, you're already at like level 12 and not the highest level at the moment in the game, which is at 40, which is a very interesting place to put it there. And, you haven't gotten to 40 yet, so there's many more things to do. So this is the skills that I have in my demolition tree, which I'll show you now, and you will shamefully judge me for. Also, what is interesting is it shows you the unlocks of what, say, maybe you get a certain pistol, or well, no, you get a certain weapon unlock, or you get to this level, basically milestones, I guess. So the first one that I have is the reduced time to switch weapons. I also have increased general interaction speed. I have pretty much everything. I like to keep it as a jack of all trades kind of thing, and it gets better as you go on. Now, this is your weapon table. We already went into the weapons. Let's see. These are the fancy carpet and the 2 paintings that I got, so that's worth it. Also around this corner is the bathroom, and I'm sorry if there's a bit of a frame drops. I don't know what to tell you at this point. This is where you customize your character, and we'll come back here in a few seconds. This is where you can basically choose and pick your challenge cards. Now, there are many different challenge cards, say like crab people or basically throwing grenades all over the place, or you have more ammo. Some can be either to be more of a challenge or more to suit the player and make it easier, as in terms of gameplay. Now over here is the radio, which is basically to look for games and contact friends or just random players. And that is about it. Oh wait, I did forget one thing. As a special edition or whatever promotional thing, you also get a little comic book here, which I don't know how that works, but you know, it's there. Now this is fully designed art with a story. Looks pretty interesting. Tells the story of the main characters, giving them background and origin story, which I might go into at some point just for fun maybe, but who knows. And it basically tells the story of the raid game, which is kind of interesting. Putting more lore into the game, I think, is really useful. So, also over here, which I didn't actually notice until now, is a trophy cabinet. It shows all the, say, raids, or I'm gonna say raids, operations, and outlaw raids in this little thing to you know, show you all the ones that you've done. So that's about it in terms of missions and game hub. As you can see, there's only about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 raids. I know there's 2 outlaw raids, and there are only 2 operations at the moment. Now, there are many ways that you can play them. You can play them in different ways. There is an RNG aspect. There is also a stealth mechanic, which is very interesting. Now, the other thing that I will be going into is this little neat desk right here, which is Intel. Intel is basically where it shows you updates and everything. As you can see, we have welcome to the raid game, chaps. This is where you will find the latest news from me about the fight against Hitler and the Nazis. Be sure to check in on a regular basis, as I'll have lots of information for you coming up. Now, there's operational status, which it shows you certain patch notes and everything. Welcome to raid. There is raid personal, which basically describes the characters, as you can see. For instance, Wolfgang's name is Reducted, which is a very interesting name. Rank former, I'm gonna say general, private, whatever. These are Mrs. White's notes, a former SS officer, but before you close the file, let me tell you about Wolfgang. Born to Austria, you know, and then it goes through his history, which I can't really read all that because I'm bad at reading. There are many other things too, as you can see here, and just learn about the characters and enjoy them. There are also intel on the enemies. For instance, there is these people, and then these people, and then these people, basically giving you a little history of what the enemies look like. And it gives you a bit more like, oh, so this is what you're going to be facing, which is a very interesting concept, and they don't have that in Payday. So there's also a bunch of ammo and stuff that you can use to basically test your weapons. For instance, say you're doing this wall here. Reload. And there we go. Now, down here is where you would usually start a raid or an outlaw raid, if I remember correctly. Or you would start an operation sometimes going up to here to venture into the open world, I would say, mechanic. So we're just gonna start a new one for now. Hopefully it won't get too upset for us doing that. Start a new one. Let's just do this one and we'll start it. And then
the Nazis are setting up
go all the way
communication
up
posts around
here.
the city.
Opens up the thing, go over here. I like to start my character.
Destroy them!
Clear skies, communication breakdown. So, like they were saying, Lion Game Lion, there are some raids that will not be included as raids and only will be in operations because they're treated differently and have different reasons. There's a branching story kind of arc to it. So we're gonna go into this little operation, and then we might go into an outlaw raid, and then we might go into a raid. Just giving you a basic idea of what, how I feel and what the game is. And so far, I'm pretty pleased with the game. There are a few special edition bonuses which I'm slightly confused about. At release, the official soundtrack was actually broken. Though the one song that I wish was in there is not in there at all, so I'm kind of sad about that. It's loading a while. It has to load up everything, but the soundtrack is so far good. It's more orchestra and, you know, 60s kind of style of music, not synthware everywhere.
Let's get that.
Main thing is to find
Excuse me,
radio
sorry.
posts. Make sure we record.
Now, as you can see here in the tutorial, you'll remember these little tombstones and like, oh, how adorable they are to look at and everything. Well, there's more. For instance, our fearless creators who came up with the idea, who brought Raid to, well, somewhat to a degree. Well, I mean, okay. There were a lot of people who helped out make Raid, but these two came up with the concept and idea of Raid, and that's being Ilya and his brother. I don't want to butcher their last name. I'm pretty sure this is them. If I remember correctly. We're overkilled. And we're very proud of them. Now, as you can see over here, is a bunch of other graves and such with a bunch of other names on it. You know, some famous people. You know, like that guy. Wait, what? Yeah, that guy and that guy. Anyways, before we get too into this, let us go and do that operation that we were supposed to do. Now, if you own the special edition, you get something a bit special, which is the new vehicle. Or, well, the special edition vehicle, which is hot red and just gosh darn beautiful. Just beautiful. So when you hop in, you have very different mechanics. You have the standard, you know, driving. You can also change seats. You can also left shift to look back. Though, too bad you can't actually shoot from the back. Maybe they'll add like car customization where you can have a turret. Maybe. Sorry. Anyways, so for this mission, we're going to be trying to search for any transmission communication areas with this little thing. But I just wanted to show you. Oh yeah, they also get in. As you can see, thanks, Sterling. So this is the open world, as you can see, or the open area. Now, I've only seen this do an operation so far. I haven't seen any of the raids, or if there are any outlaw raids that do this.
Where are the damn radio posts?
So I can see you can drive along here. The car is an interesting one. It's a bit dodgy at times, I would say, but overall, okay car mechanics, not too bad. Alright, let's see. We're coming up on a little Nazi camp here. Let's see if we can actually try and stealth it. It's right up ahead here. So they're right over there. Let's pull out our knife. That's a grenade. There we go. See that little cool animation?
Ah! One of the radio posts, you see? Set up device.
Careful, enemies.
So I don't know if you can actually stealth this one. It'd be funny if you can. Ah, screw it. Well, they sound the alarm.
Coming.
So now let's connect the table and the recording, and now we gotta defend this for a few minutes. Sorry again for being a bit laggy, because OBS is not the best thing to record with. Let's see. Also, there's a different pistol on the ground, so maybe they'll add more soon, which I'm betting they will be. Oh my gosh, this is not great for reviewing. But yeah, so this is what the open world looks like to the best of my degree. Let me go pull the car over here. Now, cars can get damaged, keep that in mind. So when you've killed enough Nazis, you'll be able to activate your Lord Cry. For instance, mine is basically triple grenade randomly. So we're gonna throw it over there.
That's going to be insane.
Now we're gonna get in the car. Also, one of my abilities is to add more damage resistance to players, basically my teammates. So we're gonna run over here. I don't know if it applies to yourself or not, though.
Okay, I have restarted the recorder.
I had to reconnect the cable. Oh. Also, there's that guy who's just gonna screw you over, by the way. So these little things called flares will basically drop in bombs, which they're about to do. And that's a flamer. Yeah, this is not going well. So it's best to shoot a flamer from a distance. Trying to shoot it up close is not the greatest idea. There we go. Also, I'm surprised that my car has not been destroyed yet. Alright, let's kill this Nazi. Stupid Nazis. Can't believe that, like, Nazis just are such Nazis. About everything. But yeah, for instance, if I was having to complete the hipfire little side thing, I would have to basically get a certain amount of kills with just using hipfire. So, and that unlocks the thing. So we're gonna get back in the car here. So now things have gotten a bit out of hand, since I couldn't really play the stealth mechanics of it. We're gonna have to drive in a different direction, find a new one. Kill the people there, which is right here. Now they act like they didn't hear anything, and they don't understand what's happening. Oh god. Now one thing that the game has in common is achievements. There are many achievements within this game. Also, I think there's still this handshaking mechanic in this game, which I don't know why it's in there.
Now keep it running.
Anyways, let me patch up here and move the car around.
Ooh, right to kisser. That's gonna leave a mark.
There we go. Alright. We're gonna take out this Nazi right here. And, yeah, we're gonna take out this one. So, I love how they actually give you a timer of how long you have to wait for. That's very useful for people who aren't patient whatsoever.
Something you don't see every day.
Let that keep going. Also, what I recommend on doing is if you are, say, demolition wait for your grenades at the last second. That way, if you throw it into a big pile, you can gain your reward prize. Much easier. At least in my opinion. Take off this head. Now, operations won't just consist of, just the outer world. You'll also redo some of the raids, but in a very different way. Say, like one of them is like a museum, I think, if I remember correctly. The one where it was, there's like a bunch of gold in the vault. And basically you just have to kill like a general and then you're good to go. There are many different ways, which would be very interesting to try and stealth some of them, which, I mean, I'm probably going to be doing that. I just need to finish up some of the Payday 2 stealth, and I'll probably get to raid stealth. I know a lot of people... I know a lot of people might be thinking, oh, why hasn't he done any raid content? That's mainly because I wanted to make a little review, get a bit, spend a bit more time playing the game, figuring out how it exactly works. I think I got a pretty good idea of what it, how it works. So, I'm gonna go try and find a different one. Look at that dude's building. It's dead now.
Alright.
Let's look over here.
Any sign of any of these radio?
There it is. I see it. Yeah. Some of the missions that use the car aren't the greatest. I think that's really the only problem with the car. Alright, cool. Set that up.
Now, just keep that thing recording.
Alright. So now I just have to wait for more Nazis. So, let me get my weapons ready. As you can see, they're just following. Nice Nazis. Right.
I cannot take much more of this.
But yeah, I should probably give my thoughts, because if we aren't able to fully, I guess, finish this, we're probably gonna have to do it at some other point. We could probably go for about an hour, maybe. Just an hour talking. I mean, I'm gonna release this on the same day this is recorded, so. Anyways, gosh darn, this is cool. But yes. I think the game overall, it's a good co-op game. It's probably one of the best co-op games to come out of recent time. At least a first person kind of level of quality in terms of like how it acts. I think it's honestly a great co-op game to play. My only issue is running the game.
Halfway done.
So that's more of a personal thing. I hope that there are more guns to come out soon. And that's about it, really. I'm excited to see the operations and where they take this game. Now, one of the concerns that me and Ness actually had while discussing this game was that there most likely won't be a sequel to Raid. And if there is, it won't have the same characters. Which could either be good or bad, per se. Unless they just want to go the route of like, oh, well, they just live forever. Because it makes sense for Payday, right? It's a modern day. But World War II has a set era. It has a set timeline. From 1938, 1939 to, what was it, 1948? If I remember correctly, of when the war ended. But, yeah. Also, I guess I should probably show off some of the other tombstones around here, because it's these people shouldn't be known. So there's like this guy here, and then there's that guy. Now some of the text over here. Until someone loses an eye, right, Wolfgang? It's all fun and games.
Berlin by night
Sober.
is beautiful,
Yeah.
but at the moment, rather deadly. Shall we return to camp? Enemy here! Bang, bang, bang! Take him out!
Alright. But, yeah, so over here, there's nothing there apparently, I guess. Over there. Over there. Nothing. Also, funny enough, there's like a little thing here with a bunch of names on it. Master Indigo, very famous. Oh, look at that! Look at that, my name's on there. That's me. I think I did post this on Twitter and on the Discord group. Haven't posted on the Steam group yet. I probably should do that. But Lion Game Lion, Overkill, or not Overkill, Ilya, the guy who made, also made the game. And just a bunch of the raid guys, they added my name into the game, which felt very honoring. I'm not entirely sure what I did, but my main goal was to help promote this game the best I could, and I think maybe that's why. Hopefully I can talk to Ilya and the crew soon. So then you'll be greeted to the XP kind of screen here, which is very interesting. Very interesting. It also shows you like a bunch of statuses and everything. Now, instead of playing that again, I will most likely delete it because I already have a copy of it. So there's no point in starting a new one. So we'll just delete that one. Okay, can I just delete it? An active operation cannot be deleted. Oh, start a new one. Oh, okay. So we're gonna start off with a short one. Let's start off with Tiger Trap. That one's a good one to do. Now we can delete this one because I already have it going on. So we're gonna go over and do this raid called Tiger Trap, which is the tank shooting one. I'm pretty sure.
Time to party, huh?
Yeah, look at all of that. Look at all those tanks. But, again, I'm very honored. That's one thing off the bucket list. Though I did find it funny how they did put me on a grave. So, my funeral plans are covered. But no, I'm very honored to be in
Right.
a game that I honestly love.
Seward is not so bad.
It's been one of my favorite games to have played. All the story, I love everything about it. Though
We go.
it doesn't run well for me,
Into the
and that's really about it. That's the only problems I have with it, because otherwise I think it's a great game.
Christ, what a punk.
So as you can see here, they changed the loot mechanics a bit. Instead of to opening crates, I think now, which I haven't tested, but could still be a possibility, they have just random loot laying around. So if you pick this up, it adds into a little loot box there. And you can use it to
Careful. Enemies.
use it to get gold.
Sleep tight, little one.
So there you go. Look at those stealth mechanics. So you can pick up bodies and place them somewhere. So far, all of the like garbage cans I've tried to put in, like garbage bins I used to put them in, they don't really work as they're supposed to. Or at least a few of them don't. So.
Who knew
I know
a
it is
dead
gonna
rat would weigh so much?
So be careful when running and jumping because they can actually detect that.
Come on.
Now, one of my favorite things about Tiger Trap is actually how you can
Right.
basically do its stealth halfway.
Place the dynamite on the tank.
So for
It will
instance, say
require
we
4
want to blow up
pieces.
this part, right? This tank. Make sure you put all of the dynamite on that tank specifically. I don't know if it bugs out if you put it on a different tank, but just put it all on one tank, please.
All done.
So now you'll be giving us that timer there, so that gives me
We are
time
proceeding
to
perfectly.
look around a bit. Maybe look for some good old loot like this one. Oh god, there's a Nazi right there. He might notice me. He might notice me, and he doesn't
seconds.
notice me. Still doesn't notice me. Oh,
What good is this?
it's about to blow up in a few seconds, so it doesn't really matter if you know.
5 seconds.
There we go. All right, time to go running. There we go. So let's pick up this other loot. Now, we're only going to do one tank because, I don't plan on staying here for too long. I just want to give a demonstration. So let's, throw some more Nazis here. Oh, there's a cobra. I already took him. Also, dog tags. They also help with upgrading your crate of loot, which either gets you customization, like, clothes or a melee weapon, gives you XP, maybe an extra gold bar, or challenge cards. You get a lot of different things from the loot. Though I hope when you're fully, let's say, leveled, they don't repeat what Payday does and basically keep giving you XP. There's a lockpicking system, which is it's nice to have. It changes the game and how it works. I very much like that mechanic. Though, it gets a bit ridiculous when, it's like, what's its face? It's like, you're in the heat of battle, and then you just die because you're lockpicking like a mission. It isn't the game's fault. That's its intention, obviously. It's annoying sometimes. It's a good annoyance, honestly. Okay.
Requires a fire. Is good.
But yeah, one of the very differences of Payday and, say, Raid, which a lot of people will notice instantly, is there's no deployables. Now, this is honestly what makes me feel a major change between Payday and Raid, is the fact that Payday is more,
That's going to leave a mark.
less tactical, I would say. I find Raid somewhat tactical in a sense, where, you're taking maybe cover more, you're being more careful, because you don't have anything to heal yourself with, unless if you have pickups, which, is the obvious choice, and that's why I call it a modern-day co-op Wolfenstein. But other than that, there are no other alternatives. Now, you can get health from enemies by killing them by a random chance, but the purpose is to make it so you're not just like sitting there and camping it out and waiting, which you can still camp it out and waiting, but not on higher difficulties. Like, I could just sit here by this door, shoot the same enemies over and over again, but on higher difficulties it tries to get rid of that. What heck did these guys come from? Alright. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, he's totally missing.
What good is this?
He's supposed to be getting the thing. I know. I'm just looking around. Alright. Because there's many dog tags, and I would like to get them as many as I can. As many as I can find. I don't know where extra loot would be.
Assholes are gonna be here any second. Ha!
This is rather a lot of fun.
Oh, I didn't check the other tower over here. There we go. But yeah, honestly, I've had fun with this game. I'm honestly happy that I purchased this game. Are some of the bonuses that they added worth it? Honestly, that's up to you. Personally, I like the Highlander outfit. The golden M1 is probably just for show. What else was in there? Like gold bars and everything. I don't think there was a melee weapon in the title, but yeah. Overall, it wasn't too bad, honestly. The pre-order edition was kind of just like, oh hey, you know, pre-order this. You did get 50 gold bars, and if you join the group, which obviously you would, which they expected, you would be able to buy the jacket, you know, the pilot jacket, pretty much. Also, during raids, is you will find the little booklet that basically gives you the option to do an outlaw raid. So keep a lookout for those. I don't know if you can have multiple outlaw raids at once. Maybe that's why it's not popping up, but just speculation.
Fire is intense here.
Now, to talk about a bit about the characters and everything. Oh my gosh, I suck at shotguns, but I love them, so.
Und done.
For instance, like that's kind of weird. I don't know why there's like a weird like tone change or different voice actor entirely, but you know, that's in there. Let's put there. I don't think I'll be able to work up towards all the loot. Probably gonna have to ditch. Oh, yeah, I probably have to head just over there. But yeah, this said lock picking mechanic is used for almost everything. Say for instance, turn the radio on. You have to use the lockpick mechanic. But it's very interesting, I think. I know a lot of people would disagree with me on that one, but I think it's
Go ahead. Over.
Our mission is a success. Yes.
But yeah, characters, I love Wolfgang, honestly. I was hoping for a Swedish guy, but I think I'll just be playing as Wolfgang for the rest of Raid, because he makes Another One Bites the Dust references, and he's just such a funny character. I like Sterling, I like Kurgan, and Rivet's kind of grown on me a bit. Originally I did not like him. I didn't find his voice actor very, I guess, into the game, really. He just seemed kind of bored half of the time, but listening to him again, and like listening to missions and how he's like, alright, I'll come help you and everything. Like, you know, he's more of the serious guy. He doesn't really joke around, I find. But that's okay. You gotta have a character like that. I don't know why Kurgan is just like facing the 500 armies. Now it's time to run over and get to these two.
Time to go.
Jumping. I'll kill all of you because I have the best equipment.
Cry about it a little more, why don't you?
There we go. There we go. There's our escape. There we go. Mission succeeded. So every time you succeed in a mission, you are greeted to basically what I call, I wouldn't say, I guess I could say that, a Monty Python skit in a sense, where I'll let you watch.
Oh no!
just wonderful. So after it adds the dog tags, and then you get XP. Now, the other side is that if you basically get enough loot, you can get a gold bar. There we go, level up a bit. There we go. And yeah. So you're graded to a little Hitler thing, which I find kind of interesting. They've actually made it so, because remember originally, like before the game was even, I guess, fully in a concept or like shown to people, everyone was like, "Oh, is Hitler going to be in the game?" I was one of those people who were like, "Man, if there's like a kill Hitler DLC, that'd be the best." But now they kind of made it so I don't want Hitler to die. Actually, he's kind of like comedic relief in this game. That's so weird. It's kind of interesting how they've done that. Anyways, now since we've done that real quick, we're gonna do a outlaw raid just real quick. Just for funsies, you know.
Too late for second thoughts.
And yeah, so let's go down in the little thing here. We're gonna be trying to get all of the loot, if we can. But I like John Cleese's character. I find him very entertaining when he shows up. I like the Hitler character. I like the other characters, the German characters. The only character I think now that I'm not like somewhat keen on is Mrs. White. She just doesn't seem.
Got another shitbird over here.
I don't know. I mainly heard her from like the trailer, you know, where she's like the raid game. Also, there are rain physics. Who knew? Rain physics. How wonderful is that? Rain physics. Anyways, the point of this one is to basically just unlock the thing here. Hopefully don't let the thing get blown up, otherwise that happens. And I don't know if the gold comes back, so you know, don't let the trucks blow up, otherwise you could be screwed. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna be trying to take these wheels off this little bad boy here. You can throw in the gold and it just stacks a gold bar. I don't even know what that was. I wasn't even there for that. I don't even know what's happening. How about you can just... Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can find any other gold bars.
Get our newfound goodies on board. Come on already. We got what we came for. Time to leave. No, this isn't good. Why didn't you be funny to what you tried?
This might have been the worst idea I ever came up with.
Look for transportation.
And I have to repair vehicles too. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, unload this. Nothing. We can let that explode if we want. We'll probably go up in the hill in a second.
Right in the kisser. That's what I'm doing. Right in the kisser. That's gonna make it hard.
Park it right here because there's nowhere else we can do. So I think they're just all on the other side. Like they're never on the side I want it to be. So let's open this up. Open this up. Now let's go over here and see if there's any scattered gold. Yes, there is. Now, if it's just a solid gold bar, you can run with it. But if it's like stacks, no. But you know, it's kind of fun. Now, this one isn't really stealth, so keep that in mind. Gotta find those gold bars now. I'll go save, But yeah, very fun game. And I like it because it's not as how do I put this? As serious as Payday has kind of gotten. Which is a weird statement, and a lot of people are going to be confused with what I mean. I used to take Payday very seriously at times, which I shouldn't have. With Rain, I kind of feel more relaxed and just, you know, chill back, you know. More time to just like take it in, killing Nazis, having a good time with friends. That's what I mean. It's a more serious, but also makes more sense to have a hilarious tone than I would say Payday has, but you know, it's fun. Still playing in those gold bars. This is not as bad as I did on Very Hard because I thought I could stealth
See
it.
anything with an engine around here?
Any other gold bars? Yep. I want to get all the loot, so... How many gold bars? It doesn't tell you? That's a shame. That's a real shame it doesn't tell you. I'm sure someone will make a mod of that sooner or later, right? Like, here's all the loot you've gotten there. Which honestly I'd love to have. Because then I could, like, actually see what loot I've gotten. Alright, unlock the truck here. Nothing. No point. There we go. Unlock the truck here. There we go. Go over there. I'm just trying to pick all of them up as much as I can before it explodes. Scatter. There we go. And now they're all right there. Alright. Well, blow you up. Blow you up. And just blow it, yeah. Keep throwing those gold bars. That's how I like to do it in Payday, you know. Act like they're bags when I can just run with them.
I have prepared to carry it all, but the vehicle might be faster this time.
Alright.
One step closer to buying my stuff.
Is there any that got stuck in there? No? Oh, good.
Then move it, assholes.
That up. Throw it over there. It's not exactly where I want it. Couple more. Throw that over there. Any other gold bar, please? Thank you. Throw that in there. Come on, give me the gold. Can you please die, sir? Thank you. Thank you. You're doing our country a service. Alright. Bye, Nazi. Shot his brain now. He's gonna be stupid the whole time. Alright. So, we're still collecting gold. But yeah. The point of Outlaw Raids is just basically get more gold for, like, customization or reskilling your skill tree or whatever. But yeah, that's really the only point of gold. Alright, there's nothing there. Probably still more to do. Yeah.
Yes! This is it! Talking to you,
Come on.
Come with me!
Oh, gosh. Everyone's gonna be like, is this a review?
Go this way.
Yeah, kind of. I just make them very long. But yeah, overall, people like to complain about the graphics. I don't really care about graphics in games. I honestly don't. As long as they're not like Atari, you know, like ET. But like, I honestly do not care about graphics. Now, if they're like amazing, I probably won't play that game because I can't run that. But overall, I think you can run Raid pretty solid. The only real reason why I'm having issues with it is because it's trying to run the computer and the game and recording it all at the same time, so you can understand why there's going to be frame drops, you know? But hopefully, when we get better as content creators, we get better content. Just have to set up my Patreon because YouTube's slowly dying. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so, alright, graphics. Story is good. I love the story. I can't remember the guy's name who made the story. He starts with a T, but I really want to talk to that guy and, like, ask him and Ilya and, you know, the rest of the guys, like, what they would like to accomplish within, say, about a year. Because this game was technically released during August / September. So I would really want to know what they want to accomplish in a year. You know, like, say, they want a bigger player base, maybe, you know, more DLC, you know, or I shouldn't say DLC, they're going to be expansions. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm just very interested in what they got going, because Raid as a whole, right, the World War II setting has been done many times before, but nothing on like this scale, I would say. You know, they say, Ilya was talking about how he wanted to go for Inglourious Bastards, which still haven't seen, which I'm going to see after this. Maybe see a few episodes of Frasier, probably make some food I'm interested in. Anyways, do those actually go in? Ah, look at that, stacking. Beautiful stacking. What do you want to bet on very hard? It's like, all of them are full. Also, you can play, which I don't know if they'll fix this or if this is just how they intended. But say, the jewelry store, basically art gallery, outlaw raid, you can do on very hard, and I got like 50 gold bars out of it. So it was very much worth, trying to get that one and doing it on very hard stealth. And the other thing too is that if you fail, they don't punish you, really. Okay. I don't think there are any other gold bars or here. Yeah, I think that's about it. Alright, let's hit the road. Okay, bye. Oh, was that a gold bar? No, it wasn't. It's like the gold bar? Where? Alright, so let's take this out of here and end this recording because I'm very much hungry, and by the time this is uploaded, I'll probably have finished my food or something like that. I have to edit today, anyways. But yeah. You know, decent graphics, good story, good characters, good gameplay. I'm gonna have to respawn the vehicle. How the heck do I... Oh my goodness. I better have all my gold. That better not be a bug where it's like, oh yeah, you lose all your gold. Here. Really? I can't ram the thing? Really? That should be a thing where I should be able to ram it. Now escape the area. I love how River's just sitting there being like, ah, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna help. Ah, shoot, I turned too early. Yeah, this is also one of my main problems with the game. Driving mechanics get ridiculous at times. But I could just be I'm a terrible driver. Also, I would like there to be like an FOV change with I would like there to be an FOV change slider for vehicles. That would be nice to have. Don't tell me it respawned and it's like you have to respawn again. Also, I do like how there's rain physics. It's nice. I'm gonna bet. What do you want to bet when it gets like very hard? Oh my goodness. When it gets very hard, it's gonna be like trails of just flamers and enemies. Hello. Goodbye. Why are you standing in the air, Sterling? It's so weird. Yep, look, there they are. We just got ran over. Stupid Nazi.
There better be a good reason we ain't moving, because I sure as shit didn't have
Stupid
a
Nazi, you got ran over again.
We should have to use our feet. Go.
Are you kidding me? We have to go on foot? With all the gold that I have? Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, didn't expect this.
Everything loaded? Good. We're all set. Pop in, lad. It'll be a dark night. The movements with the machine sometimes. Wouldn't you agree? Fire in the hole!
There we go. Oh, shoot. No. Oh, no. Okay.
Try about it a little more, why don't
Cool. Because it's gonna start exploding and then it's gonna be like, yep, that's what I thought.
Hold on, old fella. We'll give you a hand.
Wait, that was a landmine? They have landmines? That's either a landmine or that was just...
Cry about it a little more, why don't you?
Those gotta be landmines, right?
This is coming with me.
I think they yeah. Think of this guy. Gets around, yeah. Guess the running machine. We can go back to get it all. Vehicle might be faster this time.
Alright, cool.
I think I have it. Super!
Now this is the good side.
I gotta find that other gold bar now. Throw it down. Oh my gosh! There's so many landmines! The Nazis know how to put landmines.
Almost is good.
Yeah, those are definitely landmines. I didn't realize that until now. Those are landmines. Ow. Heals? Heals, please. I have to find that other gold bar. Oh no, I lost it, didn't it? Ah, shoot. I don't know, I might find it again. Hey, Team AI, you wanna help me? This is also one of my problems. The Team AI is not the greatest. It has definitely the Payday 2 AI syndrome. I definitely am. I don't want to lose that guy. Oh, nice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I definitely see where it is.
Great shot. I am changing my clip. So don't panic.
Ow.
But I think I'm dying.
That's what I come
Keep your
back
eyes
to.
open.
Being punched
Be
in the
okay.
face. Story mode. Anyways. Sorry I had to make a cut there. Someone? Help. Sterling? You're literally right there, Sterling.
I sure as shit can't carry
get
this
me
all
right
by
now.
myself.
You
You see
could-
anything with an engine around here?
Oh my gosh, thank you, Kurgan. Actually useful. Ah, shoot, they have a flame though. This will break my legs. I'll go around. I'm trying to think of where it could be. If I throw it down here. I just don't know where it could possibly have gone. So. Oh well. You win some, you lose some.
regret leaving this behind.
I'll just keep grabbing the gold that we have here. Like I don't even have to interact with that control it.
Flavor! Looks I hate you got run. I hate you a lot more. Get it! Now!
From the distance, as always. I miss all my shots. No carrying gold. You do not have that ability. Well, you do, but I don't want
carry
to.
this all by myself. You see anything with an engine around here?
But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, good story, good graphics. Also, I'm sorry if this looks terrible now at the cut. Oh, the truck is completely dead now. Oh, there's only a few bars left. Cool. But yeah, good story, good graphics, good characters. Actually, that's not gonna fall in the ocean if I throw it too far with it. I'm gonna just slide it. Just in case, you know, I don't want to lose all this gold that I've been working for. I already lost the one, so I love these physics where it's his head rolling down the hill. Such good physics. No, you're not doing this.
This comes with me.
Alright. You're throwing those gold bars in. Good gameplay. Just all around good everything. AI could be a bit better. Hopefully they keep adding more content, which I'm pretty sure they will. So it's not really a con, more as just like something I wish for. Can you stop throwing things like right next to where I'm trying to deliver the gold? Please. Please, Nazi, can you just do one thing for me?
I fought for this, so it is.
There we go.
Leaving this behind.
Alright, let's head up over here, grab the last gold, hopefully not die to a horrible landmine.
They've lit us up.
My God!
Let's see how that far goes. Oh god.
Do not test my patience.
Yeah, I took all of it. We're good.
Get it! Or for me. For us.
And that's the last one. Because I couldn't find the other one. There we go. I don't even know how many gold we got, but hopefully a lot.
But drop!
Yeah, he's just drawing on a horse. Oh, Hitler. 18. It's alright. Yeah, at least we got something. Let's see if we'll level up. Probably not. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, well, and with that gold, we're going to be purchasing one thing live right here. Let's see, what can we purchase? I'm only going to do anything like below 100 because I'm cheap, so I think the only one that's like below 100 is this last painting. Alright, well, There we go. Where is that? Where they put that one? I'm guessing they're gonna put it like in this room here, right? Yep, just as I thought. Wonderful. Well, there you have it. So, if you're interested in purchasing Raid, I highly recommend it. It's a good, solid game. I do recommend, though, playing it with friends, getting a group of friends. Is the special edition worth it? I would say wait, and for the special edition, like play the base game, and if you like what you hear, like what you see, everything about it, then purchase the special edition, and then you're good. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully a raid video, maybe. Who knows?